Okay, so this is a tutorial for using my tool, GameMaker Match Mod Patch Show, uh, which is used to combine mods from non-YYC compiled GameMaker games. And first you want to do is extract the folder, which I already did here, and double click GM3P.exe, which I also did. Now you want to get your vanilla copy, which I have right here, drag and drop and hit enter. Then you want to enter however many mods you want to patch. Do full. And now we want to enter in all the mods that we want to patch into it. So let's do that one. That one looks good. That one. And finally, what's a good one? This one. Now after all that, it's gonna patch them into their folders. Then it's gonna ask you to enter in a mod tool to dump in and re-input the files from the games from the game. Now, for GameMaker games, this is gonna be Undertale mod tool. The CLI version of it, that is. However, if you're providing your own copy, make sure that it fixes bug 1056. Otherwise, it won't work. And if you want to manually dump in inputs, you can hit skip and hit enter, skip and hit enter. But if you don't care about any of that, you can just hit enter, and then it would just use the one that's provided in with the tool, the copy that's provided with the tool. And it's gonna dump the textures first, then the code. It's gonna take a while to do that. So we're just gonna sit here a minute. It does take a minute. Technically, if you have muscle memory, it is faster to manually dump and re-input, but usually, it's usually you want to do it like this, because it's a bit complicated. Otherwise, you can see my the outdated tutorial on how to manually dump and re-input for this tool. But let's just have it do it automatically, and that's it. Honestly, I should have done 2 mods just for the showcase. Move COT filter definitely, and then the other one I guess witnessing the sensors. Just those are the easiest ones to visually showcase. Okay, now after a while it'll say the dumping processes are finished. Now the next part is gonna be the longest part to wait for, and it's also the main part, is comparing and combining all the objects between the different mods to see what has actually changed between vanilla and the mod itself. Now there is a few bugs at of with this at the moment with 0.3.2. The first one is that rooms are not supported at all. That's because there's no scripts for Undertale module to export and import rooms, at least from what I've seen. So that's one big thing. The other one is that there's a bug at the moment where you have if you have multiple sprite mods that add sprites, not just modify vanilla sprites, but add sprites of their own, uh, it'll be all mismatched. Now, if you only have one sprite mod that adds sprites of its own, you could just have that as the end and it will be in the correct order. But yeah, yeah. So what you want to do here now is just hit enter, and it will compare every object for every mod to its vanilla version. For the ones to for the objects that are in the vanilla game, for the objects that are not in the vanilla game, it will add that separately. Yes, there's this own formula for that compared to just comparing to the vanilla stuff. And yeah, this usually takes up a good minute or two. I honestly should have done the little whatchamacallit uh, should have done the little explanation of the bugs currently in it in this tool while it was going, but who cares? Okay. Now, where the magic happens is that in output X delta combiner, and it does uses all these photos. 0 is vanilla, 1 is gonna be your result, and then the rest are all the mods that you've entered in. And then what it does is it compares whatever is in 0 on here to whatever mod it's currently comparing to, and if it detects a modified file, it puts it into 1 to be able to get imported later, and after it compares everything, that's when the next step happens. After that, I'll explain it when we get there. But yeah, although you don't have to worry about going through there to get your result, because you can get your result at the end by naming your mod pack. Again, I'll explain that when it gets there. And actually, you know what? We don't really need that anymore, but I'm gonna minimize this window after this is finished, just so I can not see. Oh yeah, time stop there. Paper screen. I'll say. Morning night walks. Shadow man. Okay, come on. Okay, comparing is done. Hit enter to continue. I think it will. After that. Okay, comparing done. Hit enter to continue. Okay, next part is it will import the differences into the resulting data that when once we hit enter, that is. It'll ask you to, if you want automatically ink import code, hit Y. And then it's gonna finish all that, and it's gonna ask you to name your mod pack. I'm just gonna call it test, because I'm also making this tutorial while testing a bug that's been reported by multiple people to see if I get the same thingy. And it will be it will go into output result, and then whatever you named it, and then that's your data that win. That's your X delta, and this is a text file containing all the modified files there is. So yeah. And then once you hit enter one more time, X delta combined itself won't be deleted, but everything in it is gonna be deleted. So let's watch that in real time. This is so that it's cleaned up for the next time you use it. But yeah, this out our result. Let's throw in these three, as well as this. And let's try her out. SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward. Wheels. I don't hear any sound. You guys probably hear a sound, but I do not hear any sound. That's fine. It's usually these stupid ass headphones. That's the problem with that. It's fine. Good. Let's try. try out a couple of the changes. Yeah, my tenant does take me to.
Let's go.
Okay, the first one is. Yep. Okay, the first one works. It got rid of the sensors because that was one of the most. I just want to try out 2 of them just to show that, yeah, it works. The other one, we should be able to see the second this pulls up. And there's no CRT filter, so yep, both of them worked. And yeah, that's how you use the tool as it is in 0.3.2. Have fun and happy modding, I guess.